I'm going to show you how we can add files and upload resources to share with students within Teams. So I'm in my Year 8 Fine Art team, and I'm going to show you the files section here. When you first make a team, this is what it looks like. It will just have a single folder in the files area called Class Materials. There'll be nothing else there, and when you go into that folder it will be empty. Now, it's really important that you understand why there is a folder there called Class Materials. That Class Materials folder is just like Pupil Resources at school. It's an area where you can drop files for the students to view, but if they want to change the file, say they want to write into it, if it's a PowerPoint or a writing template, they will then need to save the file to their own OneDrive or their own computer. They can't save over the file in that Class Materials folder. So it's a really good way of sharing templates and starting points with the students. They can add to them, and then when they go to save, they'll have to save it to their own documents area, and then perhaps hand it back into you via an assignment, or I'll explain how they can use this files area to share work with you as well. So if I go into Class Materials, at the moment I have uploaded some work in here, and you'll see I've also made some folders. So when you first go into it, it will be completely blank. If you want to make folders, you can just make a new folder and then go into there and create your documents or upload your documents in there. I'm just going to show you how to actually add a piece of work to this area. So this, as I said, is just like Pupil Resources at school. I want to upload a piece of work, I want to add a piece of work to this folder from my computer. Upload. You need to go and find the piece of work. So let me find something that I'm preparing for the summer term. Summer 1. So maybe I'm going to use a presentation or something I've got in here. Let's put this in. It will gradually upload it. It's quite a large file that I'm uploading. It's got lots of images in it. So it's gradually uploading that piece of work. You can see it's doing the work up here. And now it has uploaded my presentation, which is a step-by-step guide for what they're going to be doing in their art lesson in the summer term. So now that's in the files area, the students will be able to view it. Because I've put it in Class Materials, in this folder, if I go into there, that's where I've just put it, they can only view that. They cannot change it, they can't delete it, they can't rename it. It's safe as a template that all the students will be able to access and use. Okay, so what you need to be aware of is if you put a file just here, let's just upload a file here. Okay, I'll just do a different one. This is a different one, it looks quite similar. So I'm uploading the file to this general area. That file is now available for the students to see, but they could also, if they want to, they could right click on there and rename it. They could delete it. They could copy it. They can basically change it if they want to. So if it's a template that you want to be available to the whole class, then you need to save it inside Class Materials, because that's your read-only documents area. If you want them all to be able to change it in some way and add to it, perhaps they're all going to go on at a different time and add to it, then you could save it in general and it would be kind of a shared working file that they could add to. This one I now feel is in the wrong place. So I'm going to move it. So if I right click on the file, I can press move, and I can choose to move it into Class Materials, which, as you can see, has got a read only for students icon on there. I'm going to press move, and now it's gone into Class Materials, so it's in the correct place for what I want. You might be wondering how you use this general area, this area that's that the students can actually change the files. I'll just give you an example of that. In my Year 8 Fine Art group, some of the students wanted to send me some pictures of their work. If I go to Files, and they can actually add files in here themselves. They can press upload, and anything they upload will appear here. Okay, so for example, Charlie's done his classwork. That was how he shared his work with me. He sent me a post, sent me a message saying I've uploaded my work, and he popped it into the files area. So that is an area where they can send files to you. Okay, that's quite a good example because that's a template that I put in the class resources area. Charlie opened that, printed it off, did his work, took a photograph, and then he's uploaded the file to the general area, which means that I can view it. You could then, as the teacher, decide to tidy that up and move things into class materials if you don't want other students to change that, or if you want to create a folder that says students work, you could do that. So just be aware that you can basically control the folders in this area, but students can upload to this document, this general area that we've got here.